Hello friends! You know I love you when I decide to start posting videos and I don't have any makeup or anything. I mean, I don't even have hair on. Just for you. Actually, I'm just being lazy right now, and several of my friends had noticed that one of my new hairs looked like one of my old hairs, and I thought that this might be a great opportunity to do a little comparison. So, can you tell which one of these cost almost $1,000 and which one cost right at around $500? Well, I bet you know if you've seen some of my recent videos that one I just got. So let's just, before I even jump into that, let me show you some of the similarities that I found after this is a wig I had already. This is a wig I just got. I washed and conditioned them both with the same shampoo and conditioner and then let them air dry. And I noticed that not only did they look very similar when I had them all styled, but the way that they air dried, and I know that you can't feel this through the screen, but even the texture of the hair feels exactly the same. It kind of dries in that pretty like beachy wave type of look. And then let's look at the caps, shall we? So both are silk base. They both have about an inch of lace front. And you can see that the cap styles are very similar as well. It's that Jewish style covered cap that I only do these days. That's my thing. Comb in front, some clips. Comb in front, some clips. I did get the ear to ear lace, and on this one it was the same thing that it had done. The only real differences are the color and the length. Oh yeah, and the price. Again, this one, I can't remember exactly what I paid for it. I think I paid $800, between $800 and $900, and they're selling for like $900 now. And the reason that I got a little bit of a discount on it was because I bought it from the owner of that reseller company, and she had already been wearing it several times and had cut the lace as well. I really love the colors though. I will say when I first got this wig, it seemed a little thick on top. It seemed really heavy. I didn't think that I liked the density. It seemed like it was a really thick density. But I'll go ahead and put them both on as well, because you can see now that the density is about the same now that I've washed and dried it. I've gone back and forth on whether to resell this one or not, because it's a large cap, which I didn't know when I purchased. And I'm a medium-sized cap girl, but it works. It's just a little bulky. And now that I know the density is good, I'm not gonna sell it anymore. So you can see how that looks. Oh, and they both have like the baby hairs in front, which I love. I just think it makes it look so much more realistic. And then of course that silk base. Now that I've washed and dried this with some different shampoo, I had washed and dried it before because I actually did jump in my pool wearing this wig as well. But I don't know what I used because it's still just, I wasn't really thinking I was loving it so much. But I did just wash and dry it the other day with, I think I got some Paul Mitchell Awapui, and then followed that up with some Awapui leave-in conditioner. I did the same thing to this one. So let me go ahead and put her on, and then you can see the difference. baby hairs. And obviously there's that color difference. But all in all, very similar. Obviously the cap, this one fits me, where the other one's a little bulky. But again, it's not necessarily a bad thing, especially as my hair starts to grow now. You can see it's kind of spiky in the back, my bio hair. But so maybe it'll give me some more room to whenever I start braiding it again. So really, do I regret? Somebody did also ask me about buying wigs. So this is not my eye wig, by the way. This is from a different company. I don't regret any of the wig purchases that I've made. Even the synthetic ones that I first started with, and even though I don't wear synthetic hair at all now, do I regret buying them? No, not at all. They definitely helped me get to where I'm at now with knowing what I like, my preference for hair, even the all lace ones. Even though I don't wear all lace anymore because I like a cap that's fitted to my head. I don't like it to be all loose like laces. I like how this is a cap that's covered. I love the silk base. I love just the small amount of lace front and front there. Or I like, not having the lace front attached and then partnering it with a wig lace grip. The only thing I regret is not knowing the options before I spent so much on some of the wigs. But again, it is what it is. It's one of those things that maybe if I had never done it, I would have not known, or maybe I would have bought from a vendor, overseas that wasn't as good of quality as the ones that I've fallen into, like this one from the Jewish Wigs Only, or the New One Wigs, any of the other wig companies that I've bought from, and I'm just so impressed and really happy with their quality. Had I never bought the $800,000 wigs, I might not be where I'm at now with these others that cost a third or a half of that price. So don't regret it. But when people ask me, would you recommend a certain company, would you buy from them again? No, but not because of the quality, just only because I know I can spend a third or half of that amount from another. But I think that brings up another topic, is peace of mind. For those of you who have never purchased from a vendor, there's certain types of lingo that you kind of have to be familiar with, and some of the contacts that I've made don't want to work with the general public or the average consumer because they prefer to work more with like resellers, which again, I'm not a reseller, but they just prefer to work with people who are already knowledgeable and know what they want and don't have 101 questions. And so if you are newer and you don't have people to help you answer your questions, then maybe it would be worth the extra money for you to go to a reseller and buy $1,000 wig or $800 wig instead of going to, a vendor who maybe doesn't want to work with you after you ask them all those questions. So it's all about what is right for you and what will work for you. And I'm not saying to never buy iWig or never buy from those resellers that, that do like the toppers or even just the wigs like this. But education is going to be the key, I think. If just understanding that your wallet doesn't have to be so wide open in order to get quality hair. So I think I'm just rambling now, and I'll go ahead and cut myself off. But yeah, I mean, I'm happy with this. I'm going to keep this, even if it's a large cap. You can tell it's great quality. So again, I'm not putting down any of the quality that you can get from those resellers. The only thing that I think is slightly obnoxious is that, some of the resellers are buying from the same places that we've now found we can buy direct from, and that's fine, but they're charging people a ridiculous overhead. And again, that's even fine if you want to be like a Freedom Couture type of company and, charge 2 and 3 times an amount of something. But don't embed yourself into the support communities acting like you're, just trying to help your sisters find quality hair and then be robbing them blind. Either be a luxury company and charge people 2-3 times the amount that it cost you to get it, or actually be a true, support member and either lead your friends to them or say, hey, I'll be willing to negotiate for you, but don't rob them blind. Because really, at the end of the day, why is that necessary? I mean, if you get a stock wig and then you do a bunch of custom color and cut to it, that's cool. I mean, you can charge for that, but I don't know that really charging that much is what I would feel morally ethical okay with myself. Stepping down from soapbox. All right. Happy hair hunting. Let me know if you have questions. Thanks for watching.